Chapter 16. Author's Note. You know what? Shut up, okay? Prove to me you're not preps. Raven, you suck, you fucking bick. Give me back my fusion sweet. You're stupids to write this. Raven, what the fuck, you bitch? You're supposed to do this. We do a thanks to Brittany 5655 for teaching my Japanese. We ran happily to Hogsmeade. We saw the stage where GC had played. We ran in happily. MCR were playing Helena. I was so happy. Jared Wade looked even sexier than he did in the pictures. Even Draco thought so. I could totally see him getting an erection, but it didn't matter because I knew that we were the only true ones for each other. I was wearing black leather mini dress and a black leather platinum boots with red ripped fishnets. Draco was wearing a black baggy MCR t-shirt and a black baggy pants. Anyway, we stated motion to Helena. We Frenched. We ran up to the front and the band stage dive. Suddenly Jared pulled off his mask. So did the others. We gasped. It was them at it all. It was Voldemort and the death dealers. WTF, Draco. I'm not going to the concert with you, I shouted angrily. Not after what happened to me last time. Even if it's MC or you know how much I like them. What? 'Cause you know. He getted uncomfortably. 'Cause guys don't like to talk about you know what. Yeah, 'cause you know, I yelled in an angry voice. We won't do that again, Draco promised. This time we're going with an escort. OMFG, what the fuck? Are you giving into the mainstream, I asked? So I guess you're a prep or a Christian. Christiana? Or what now? No, he muttered loudly. Are you becoming a prep or what? I shooted angrily. Ebony, I'm not. Please come with me. He fell down to his knees and started singing The World is Black by GC to me. I was flattened, 'cause that's not even a single. He had memorized the lyrics for me. Okay then, I guess I will have to, I said, and then we Frenched for a while and went up to my room. Bloody Mary was standing there. Girl, she said happily. She said, she speaks Japanese, so do I. That means, how do you do in Japanese? BTW. Willow, what a fucking poser, got expelled. She failed all her classes and she skipped math. Author's Note. Raven, you fucking suck, fuck you. It serves that fucking bick right, I laughed angrily. But anyway, we were feeling all depressed. We said some gothic movies like Das Nightmare Before Christmas. Maybe Willow will die too, I said. Kawaii, Bloody Mary shook her head angrily, letrigally. Oh yeah, I have a confession. After she had expelled, I murdered her and then Lupin did it with her 'cause he's a necrophiliac. Kawaii, I commented happily. We talked to each other in silence for the rest of the movie. Oh hey, BTW, I'm going to the concert with Draco tonight in Hogsmeade at MCR, I said. I need to wear like the hottest outfit ever. Bloody Mary nodded. Enrigetly. OMFG, that's totally. Let's go shopping. In Hot Topic, right? I asked, already getting out my special Hot Topic loyalty card. No, he head snapped up. What? My head spoon? I could not believe it. Bloody Mary, are you a prep? No, no, she laughed. I found some cool gothic stores near Hogsworth, that's all. Who told you about them? I asked. Sure, it would be Draco or Diabolo or Vampire. Don't ever say that name to me. Or me. Dumbledore, she said. Let's just call our Broms. OMFFG, Dumbledore? I asked quietly. Yeah, I saw the map for Hogsmeade on his desk, she told me. Come on, let's go. We were going in a few punk goth stores, especially for the concert in Hogsmeade. The salesperson was OMG hotter than Gerard, except not, cause that's impossible, and he gave me a few dresses. We only have these for the real goths. The real goths? Me and Bloody Mary asked. Yeah, you wouldn't believe how many posers there are in this town, man. Yesterday Lupin and Snip tried to buy gothic camera pouches. He shook his head. I didn't even know they had a camera. OMFG, no, they're going to spy on me again, I cried, running out of the changing room wearing a long black dress with lots of red tulle coming out and very low cut with a huge slit. Oh my Satan, you have to buy this outfit, the salesperson said. Yeah, it looks totally hot, said Bloody Mary. You know what, I am gonna give it to you free cause you look really hot in that outfit. Hey, are you gonna be at the concert tonight, he asked. Yeah, I am actually. I looked back at him. Hey, BTW, my name's Ebony Darkness Dementia Tara Way. What's yours? Tom Ridd, he said and ran a hand through his black hair. Maybe I'll see you there. Yeah, I don't think so, cause I'm going there with my BF Draco, you sick perv, I yelled angrily before he could beg me to go with him. Hagrid flew in on his black broom, looking worried. OMFG, Ebony, you need get back to the castle now. Chapter 17. Author's Note. I said stop flaming destroy. If you're a prep, then don't read it'll. You can tell whether you're a prep or not by my quiz. It's on my homepage. If you're not, then you're rock. If you were, then fuck off. PZ. Willow isn't really a prep. Please do this. I'll promise to give you back your poster. Tom Riddle gave us both clothes and stuff for free. He said he would help us with makeup if he wanted, cause he was really into fashion and stuff. He's bisexual. Hagrid kept shooting at us to come back to Hogwarts. WTF, Hagrid, I shouted angrily. Fuck off, you zucking bastard. Well, anyway, Willow came. What? Well, anyway, Willow came. Okay. Hagrid went away angrily. Hey, bitch, you look kawaii, she said. Yeah, but not as kawaii as you, I answered sadly, cause Willow's really pretty and everything. She was wearing a short black corset thingy with blood and red lace on it, and a black blood red miniskirt, leather fishnets, and black pointy boots that showed off her pale she was. She had a really nice body with big boobs and everything. She was thin enough to be anorexic. So are you going to the concert with Draco? She asked. Yeah, I said happily. I'm going with Diabolo, she answered happily. Well, anyway, Draco and Diabolo came. They were both looking extremely hot and sexy, and you could tell they toughed. We were ut too. Diabolo was wearing a black t-shirt that said 666 on it, and was wearing tons of makeup just like Marilyn Manson. Draco was wearing black leather pants, a gothic black GC t-shirt, and black Vans he got from the Warped tour. Bloody Mary was going to the concert with Dracula used to be called Neville, but it turned out that he was kidnapped at birth and his real family were vampires. they died in a car crash. Neville converted to Satanism and he went goth. He was in Slytherin now. He was wearing a black warped t-shirt, black jeans and shoes, and black hair with red streaks in it. We call him Dracula now. Well, anyway, we all went to Draco's black Mercedes-Benz, get it, 'cause we're gothic, that his dad Lucian gave him. We did pot, coke and crack. Draco and I made out. We made fun of those stupid fucking preps. We soon got there. I gasped. Jared was the sexiest guy ever. He looked even sexier than he did in pics. He had long raven black hair and piercing blue eyes. He was really skinny and he had an amazing ethnic voice. Ethnic? We watched the Helena and some other songs. Suddenly Jared pulled off his mask, so did the other members. I gasped. It wasn't Jared at all. It was an ugly preppy man with no nose and red eyes. Everyone ran away but me and Draco. Draco and I came. It was Voldemort and the Death Dealers. You moronic idiots, he shouted angrily. Ebony, I told you to kill Vampire. Thou hast failed me, and now I shall kill thou and Draco. No, please, we begged sadly, but he took out his knife. Suddenly a gothic old man flew in on his broomstick. He had long black hair and a long black beard. He was wearing a black robe that said Avril Lavigne on the back. He shooted a spell and Voldemort ran away. It was Dumbledore. Chapter 18. Otter's Note. I said stop flaming. If you do, then you're a fucking prep. Thanks to Raven for the help and stuff. You rock. And you're not a prep. Thanks to my swooter. P.S. The other Essen Dumbledore swore is 'cause he trin to be gothic, so there. I woke up next day in the coffin. I walked out of it and put on some black eyeliner, black eye shadow, bloodbed lipstick, and a black really low cut leather dress that was all ripped and in strips so you could see my belly. I was wearing a skull belly ring with black and red diamond inside it. The night before, Draco and I went back to the skull. Get it? Skull, 'cause I'm gothic and I like that. Dumbledore chased Voldemort away. We flew there on our brooms. Mine was black and the broom stuff was blood red. There was lace all over it. Draco had a black MCR broom. He went back to our rooms and we had You Know What to Linkin Park song. Well, anyway, I went back to the Great Hall. Great. There all the walls were painted black and the tables were black too. But you could see that there was pink pant underwear underneath the black pant. And there were pastors and poser bands everywhere like Ashlee Simpson's and the Backstreet Boys. WTF, I shouted, going to sit next to Bloody Mary and Willow. Bloody Mary was wearing a black leather mini dress with a Good Charlotte t-shirt, black fishnets and black pointy boots. Willow was wearing long gothic black dress with blood red writing that was all lacy and came up on your thighs, and black boots and fishnets. Vampire Dracula and Draco came. We started to talk about who was sexier, Mikey or Jared Way or Billy Joe Armstrong. The boys joined in 'cause they were bi. Those guys are so fucking hot, Navel was saying, as suddenly a gothic old man with a black beard and everything came in. He was the same one who had chased away Voldemort yesterday. He had normal tan skin but was wearing white foundation, and he had dyed his hair black. Dumbledore? one! Exclamation mark. We all gasped. WTF, I shouted angrily. I thought he was just wearing that to scare Voldemort. Hello everyone, he said happily. As you can see, I gave the room a makeover. What do you think about it? Everyone from the poser table in Gryffindor started to cheer. We got just looked at each other, all disgusted, and shook our heads. We couldn't believe what a poser he was. BTW, you can call me Albert, he called as we left to our classes. What a fucking poser, Draco shouted angrily as we all went to transformation. We were holding hands. Vampire looked really jealous. I could see him crying blood in a gothic way. Get it? Like Gerard. But but I didn't say anything. I bet he was having a midlife crisis, Milo shouted. I was so fucking angry. Chapter 19. I'm not okay, I promise. Otter's Night. Please stop flaming the story. If you do, you're a fucking prep and you're jealous, okay? From Nook Yoon, I'm going to delt your men reviewers. What? What the fuck is that supposed to mean? By the way, Evany D and Poor Blood so there. Oh, what? This woman's making less and less sense. Thanks to Raven for the help. All day we sat angrily thinking about Dumbledore. We were so fucking pissed off. Well, I had one thing to look forward to, the MCR concert. It had been postponed so we could all go. Anyway, I went to the common room sadly to cut class. Draco was being all secretive. I asked what it was and he got all mad and started crying all hot and angsty. Aren't sensitive bi guys so hot? No one fucking understands me, he shouted angrily, as his black hair went in his big blue eyes like Billy Joe in Boulevard of Broken Dreams. He was wearing black baggy pants, a black MCR t-shirt and a black dye. Get it? Instead of tie, cause I'm gothic. I was wearing a black leather low-cut top with chains all over it. A black leather mini, black high-heeled boots, and a cross belly thing. My hair was all up in a mess, really high bun, like Amy Lee in Going Under. Email me if you want to see the pic. Accuse me? What about me? I growled. But, he grunted. You fucking bastard, I moaned. No, wait, it's not what you... It fucking looks like he shouted. But it was too late. I knew what I heard. I ran to the bathroom angrily, cringe. Draco banged on the door. I whipped and wept as my bloody eyeliner streamed down my cheeks and made cool tears down my feces. Like Benji in the video for girls and boys. Raven, that is so our video. I took out a cigarette and started to smoke pot. Suddenly Hagrid came. He had a pyramid. You gave me a fucking shock, I shouted angrily, dropping my pot. WTF do you think you're doing in the girls' room? Only it wasn't just Hagrid, someone else was in with him too. For a second I wanted to be Tom Ridd or maybe Draco, but it was Dumbledore. Hey, I need to ask you a question, he said, pulling out his black wannabe gothic purse. What are you wearing to the concert? You know who MCR are? I gasped. No, I just saw there was a concert that a lot of goths and punks were going to, he said. Anyway, Draco has a surprise for you. Chapter 20. Otter's Note. I said I'd done it to know what you think. Stop flaming okay preps. Thanks to Raven for the help. Oh yeah, BTW, I'll be on vacation in Transylvania for the next 3 days, so don't expect updates. All day I wondered what the surprise was. Meanwhile, I put on a black leather mini, a black corset with purple lace stuff all over it, and black gothic compact boots. MCR were going to do the concert again since Volksamort had taken over the last one. I slit my wrist while I mocked MCR in my bedroom all night, feeling excited. Suddenly someone knocked on the door while I was trying to sum on some black clothes and moshing to fang you for the venom. I got all mad and turned it off, but scaredly I hopped inside that it was Draco so we could do it again. What the fucking hell are you doing here? I shouted angrily. It was Lupin. Are you gonna come rape me or what? I yelled. I was allowed to say that because Dumbledore had told us all to be careful around him and Snape since he was a pedo. He actually get it? Hell? What? Actually? What? Can I please borrow some condoms? He growled angrily. Yeah, so you can fuck your 6-year-old girlfriend, huh? I shouted sarcastically. Fucker, he said, gone away. Well, anyway, I put on some black eyeshadow, black eyeliner, and some black lipstick and white foundation. Then I went. Then I gasped. Snake and Lupin were in the middle of the empty hall doing it, and Dobby was watching. Oh my god, you ludicrous idiot, they both shouted angrily when they saw me. Dobby ran away crying. They got up, though. Normally I would have been turned on. I love seeing guys doing it. But both of them were fucking preps. BTW, Snake is moved to Gryffindor now. WTF, is that why you wanted condoms? I asked sadistically. See, I spelled that right. Only you wouldn't give them to me, Lumpkin shouted angrily. Well, you should have told me, I replayed. You dimwit. Snape began to shoot angrily, and then I took out my black camera and took a pic of them. You could see that they were naked and everything. Well, excuse me, they both shouted angrily. What was that all about? It was to blackmail you, I snarked. So now next time you see me doing with my boyfriend, you can't fucking rat me out, or I'll show this to Dumbledore. So fuck off, you bastards. I started to run. They chased me, but I threw my wand at them and they tripped over it. Well, anyway, I went outside and there was Vampire, looking extremely fucking hot. WTF, where'd Draco? I asked him. Oh, he's been a fucking bastard. He told me he wouldn't come. The Vampire said, shaking his head. You want to come with me to the concert? Then he showed me his flying car. I gasped. It was a black car. He said his dog father, Sirius Black, had given it to him. The license plate on the front said MCR 666 on it. The one on the back said Enoby on it. I gasped. We flew to the concert hall. MCR were playing. Vampire and I began to make out, moshing to the music. I gasped, looking at the band. I almost had an orgasm. Jared was so fucking hot. He began to sing Helena, and his sexy, beautiful voice began to fill the hall, and then I heard someone crying. I turned the corner and saw Draco crying in the corner.